Mhm. Hey, Precious. Good morning. Morning. You know, when I talk, I say some real shit. People don't read, they can't read between the lines, though. So it seems like I be talking to a lot of people that can't comprehend, but it ain't for everybody. So I'm breaking down things spiritually on what be happening. And this is stuff I already said. I just said this a couple years, years. I hope you're doing good. Hope family doing good. Much more than they can see. Now this is what I just wanted to speak about this real quick. Topic was one topic today that I wanted to talk about the Billy Carson situation and how we destroy our spiritual leaders. And they develop egos. Um, because the people that follows people don't want to do the work. Now Billy Carson got exposed for not being you know what I mean, for lying about a lot of information. And then when he get caught lying, he destroys people and talk bad about people about being poor and misinformed and not knowing something when he the one that not knowing something. He was already known as a scammer, right? I don't knock that because we all done things and we all come back and redeem ourselves, right? But when you see this shit online about Billy Carson being destroyed, he was a fraud before, and he's been exposed to being a fraud now. But it's not his fault. It's what we do when we deal with people with information. And I always did that. I might give you some good information. Well, not lately, but I might give you some good information. But I might come back on this bitch drunk as a motherfucker, like saying fuck all you because you never get caught up on the messenger. And you seen his ego on display. And when you start worshiping, deifying these people that's giving you information that's free, Information is universal. Is a universal thing, and it's principles and morals that goes with this that is free to the people. And what we do, we build our spiritual leaders and give them egos, right? And when you get egos, that's why I say same thing with TD Jakes. It doesn't matter how they present the information or the manipulation. It's all about how the people take to it. And we got teachers, we got preachers that don't want to teach. We got spiritual leaders that people want to follow, and it's the same thing. You preaching to people that's gonna follow you, or or you uh or you just following spiritual leaders and not becoming spiritually a leader yourself. So we just got to be careful on the energy that you put into the people that you support, and it doesn't even matter your children. Sometimes you deify your children so much, worship your children so much, they develop an ego, and the ego is what destroys them. Now, it's a lot of stuff with Billy Carson. I just don't follow another man. I got to go back. I got to cite my sources. I got to sit back and say this. Or if it's comfortable and if it sits right with my spirit, I'm cool with it. I ain't never trust Billy Carson. That's why I never talked about the man. But I can talk about the man now because I'm telling y'all what happened. And then the thing is like this: the people that I respect that told me to cite my sources. Everybody who always told me cite myself, do my own research, and come to my conclusion in my own life would have never let that situation happen when that man blatantly lied about information that he was giving to the people. So I just think it's very important that we understand that we destroy our own leaders. They don't destroy themselves. And that's what happened with Billy Carson. It's just that y'all giving these people egos. So he started to brag about, I got money. I got planes, I got that, but then come to find out he been giving y'all false information. I never talked about the dude like that, but I listened to a lot, and I had to check my homeboy. This is all I can validate this with someone in person. That this is about 8 months ago, maybe 8 months to a year, less than a year ago, but 8 months ago, and they were listening to Billy Carson. This person I actually know that was actually in my crib, and they was telling me this shit, and I said, hold on. I said, I don't trust. I don't trust everything that comes from this man. And now it validates what I'm saying. Anything I say, I can validate. People are not to be worshipped because the thing is, once you start worshiping the people that's giving you good information, you give them ego, or you go against the principle of worshiping anything. Especially if you love God, you love Jesus, and your worship is something different. See, some people worship ancestors. Certain people might worship a rock. You see what I'm saying? But you're not overstanding the fact that everything's comes from a creator and a higher power. So to deify something lesser than you is to demonize that motherfucker because it's not it. It's just part of the whole. So yeah, Billy Carson, he fucked up with that one, and we let him fuck up because we let him get away with a lot of Anunnaki and this and that and emerald tables and this and that, all that dumb shit, right? Without doing our proper research, but also we deify that man. So don't religionize nothing. Don't deify these people that's spiritual leaders because you are the demise of all our spiritual leaders that you demonize or that you set back and say you worship without going behind them and becoming what they are because people are supposed to teach, not preach. People are supposed to spiritually guide you into your own space, into your own place in your own journey, not for you to follow. And then they follow them and they find out he's lying. And look what happened. You destroy your own person that was giving you information for you to research and go your own direction. I already knew he was full of shit. He got locked up for scamming. He found an avenue where he could manipulate the weak. Now, the weak is not necessarily the weak, but the weak people who's looking for something. And then when they find something, they attach themselves to something that's not, you know what I mean, gonna get them where they need to be, and then you start empowering these people with your worship, and then he can come back. And once he fell and realized he getting exposed by a white guy, and come to find out, goddamn, his shit that he was giving you was on some dumbass goddamn hearsay or Google. So we just don't know, y'all. We just don't know. So that's the just thing I wanted to say, that we pay attention to what's going on. Okay. I love this song, yo. But yeah. So yeah, Billy Carson, he been a fraud. And it's not just him. All of our spiritual leaders are frauds once you start worshiping them. Because that was not the point. They're supposed to guide you there. That's why when you take the head off a snake, the body done. But if the snake got many heads, right? You can't destroy it. You can't destroy that. So we develop these leaders, and then there's a lot of people say, I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed because I sit there and seen y'all worship this guy, worship the information. Nobody picked up a book. Nobody ordered a book to go behind him. And then the white boy was like, hold on, I got all these books right here. And I could prove that you lying, but I never seen one black person do that. I never seen one black person get up here and just sit back and scripturally destroy a lot of our pastors and shit, our preachers. Except what, Gino? What name? Gino, Pastor Gino? I like Gino, man. I got a family member that follows. Family. I say family that follow Gino, and she follow it to the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? She followed to a T. I think her fault is that she follows it instead of not embracing it and becoming a lead. Because it's like when you follow something. I'm gonna explain some shit to y'all, so y'all can come clear to what I'm saying. Right? Me personally, if any of my children say they gay, I ain't fucking with them. Mothers is like, oh, you gotta accept them. Who said I gotta accept them? God said God don't accept them. Oh, the scriptures change over. It changed according to how the worldview changed, right? But I got a family member, and I ain't gonna say too much, but I got a family member that they raised a child. The child ended up being gay, but because they listen to Gino, Pastor Gino, and all that, they just alienated that person out the home, right? This is actual family member, right? And so they alienated that person out the home. But then the reasons for them doing it is because they follow somebody else. I'm alienating them out the home because I don't have nobody I identify. I got somebody they personally can identify. But if that person they identify would say it's okay to have that person in their home, it's okay to be gay and all that, she would change her view because she's following somebody. I ain't gotta change my view, nigga. Shit, I ain't raised you like that, nigga. Shit, I come up in these goddamn streets. Well, you got to protect your butthole. You got to protect your sewer system. My sewer system is protected. Shout out to me. So you know what I mean. So just to give something for y'all to something become your own individuals. Do not deify people bringing you information. Now we find out Billy Carson been feeding y'all false information, and it made it sound good. And now he get exposed. You know what I mean? He's fucked up. No, it's the people that follow the people that's fucked up. Because how the fuck he even exist if y'all didn't follow him and give him the energy? So now he's willing to lose a lot of subscribers and viewers and all that. He's going crazy because he lived the lifestyle. He threw it in your face. Said I got planes, I got money. People jealous and hating. How is a motherfucker jealous and hating on you lying to your people? The white boy basically saying you lying to niggas. But niggas love a lie. So like I said, when you deify anything, you destroy that. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened with Martin Luther King. You know, people started deifying him, and he understood the energy was going to transition to his demise. And he went back and he said, hold on, I led you to a burning bush. Hold on, niggas. Before your spiritual entity fucked me up, let me give y'all the truth before I go. And he worked for the CIA. But it was just the fact that his people started supporting him, and it became a movement, you know. His people started supporting him. He didn't need the money from the government. See, these people that they put in position, because Martin Luther King was only put in position to calm down the energy of Malcolm X, right? That's why if you ever watch X-Men, please watch X-Men again. Watch X-Men, the movie, all of them. It ain't, and the dude that wrote the movie said he wrote the movie based on Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Let that sink in. Your stories, all your stories is mythology stories. And the mythology is that you got to understand what you create. You created that man, and now you want to demise that man because you need to put yourself in some kind of position where you got to be accountable for putting the energy into some shit. that didn't benefit you. You get what I'm saying? And this ain't nothing new. I ain't just watch no video or read this shit. This shit I've been saying all my lives a long time ago. But I might do a 24-hour review on all my lives and break down all the shit I've been saying for years, even the drunk shit. You know, so to validate what you know me what I stand for. That's why I say, man, oh shit. Hey, I get goddamn a lot of times people be like, oh, he's so smart. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with it. Don't follow me. I'm gonna do a live and I'm gonna do a live later and say, fuck all you motherfuckers. You dumb ass. Might call women bitches. I might do what the fuck I gotta do because the purpose of the game is not to let people follow you. Because I don't need to develop an ego. Ego is the worst thing that ever can happen to you. And if the worst thing that ever happened to these people like Billy Carson, he think he's living. He think he's breathing. He think he's alive. No, this is only a fucking illusion. And once you start thinking he's living, he's alive, and all that, he can manipulate the people because he's thinking that the false shit he tell is true. Because the people, it's like when you tell a lie so much, you start to believe that shit. And the three levels of the ego, I want you all. I'm not saying all because ain't nobody listening to me, but I want you to remember the three levels of the ego. The first level is the fact that you can separate yourself like he did. I'm gonna break down the three levels of the ego that I always broke down on my life for years. He did every last one of them. The ego. I'm better than y'all. I'm smarter than y'all. I got information. These people dumb. And this is what he told all you people that followed him all that time. That's criticizing him now about the fact that he let a white boy go in there and destroy him on some shit that was for melanated people, and melanated people follow him. And then it took a white boy to destroy your people that were giving you false information. So I'm better than y'all. I'm cool, and that's the same thing we all developed. Like I got money. This person poor. This person happy. This person sad. That's the first level of the ego. Okay. The second level of the ego is breathing. If I swing at you, you flinch. Survival. That's the second level of the ego. Survival. So your involuntary system, your heartbeat, that's the ego. That's to every animal has an ego. If a tiger start chasing a lion, that motherfucker run. That motherfucker want to survive. So survival is your number two level of the ego. Understand what I'm saying? Blinking, if I swing, your heartbeat, your lungs, your system that you can't control, and that's part of your survival, is your second level of the ego. The third level of the ego is letting you think this shit is real. And what we did, we let Billy Carson and these fake ass leaders think what they saying and what they doing is real, and this is only fucking illusion. That's why I said back and tell y'all got the 10 Commandments, right? The 10 Commandments is the false goddamn commandments, doggone commandments. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it was stolen from the principles of the Kemetic people. I have not killed. I have not committed adultery. You know, god dang on well, you can't live life without doing them motherfucking things. You can't do it. And if you ain't doing it, your kids doing it, somebody doing it. But the thing that the Egyptians said, they had the 44 laws of Ma'at, which said, I have not. Meaning that this illusion of life, your body have did all the fucked up shit, but who you truly are as a soul ain't did none of that. I have not killed. I have not stolen. I have not did it. Even though you physically done it, spiritually you haven't did it because your soul is pure. That's why anything real lasts forever. And there's a part of you that keep going through the universe, keep going back to learn something and bring something back to the source. You see what I'm saying? God don't teach us, we teach God. Oh boy, he talking about God and God knows everything. No, how can anything be perfect? Anything perfect got to die. Show me anything in the universe that is representation of God that can live after perfection. When your summer get perfect, that shit goes. When a woman body get to a purification, it periods itself. Everything. The sun has a cycle. The moon has a cycle. Everything has a cycle. Even though the God that we believe in, that we love, is trillions of times more intelligent than us, right? It still understand that it got to keep learning. And it learns through us. We teach God. God don't teach us. But because even if Myron lived right now and I taught God everything about Myron and God learning from Myron, it got to create another Myron so Myron can have a whole different experience. To teach you something else different about Myron. That's why no snowflake alike, no tree alike. Just go check it out. No DNA alike. And then they'll say, oh, there's no DNA out there. It's a trillion chance. It's a trillion. It's 1 billion out of certain many people that have the same DNA makeup as that person. And that just shows you on how the universe identifies with itself. It don't necessarily recreate the same thing. Because if you've had a different experience, and I say if I lived in Virginia, if I grew up in New York, my experience would be totally different. So why wouldn't you think the most perfect thing on the universe would not use that situation to create another me? Because there's a lot of us walking around doing the same thing. We just doing it things different. You know what I'm saying? So salute to that. But like I tell you, man, watch for these false teachers. But come out there, get out there and start doing your own research. Check behind people. And stop DNFing these people that don't mean us no good. Love and light to y'all, man. Peace.